So I've been working for HMV Romford since November, and I've got to say that I'm really enjoying it. I love the guys I work with, I love being surrounded by movies all day, and one of the most interesting things is that I've discovered loads of music which I probably would have missed under any other circumstance. And if you know me in real life, then you've probably wanted me to shut up about Ellie Goulding at some point. Given everything that I've had going on recently, I decided it might be fun to try and do some music reviews. Basically focusing on songs that have really caught my attention or have really inspired me in some way. The new albums by both Ladyhawke and Shura have definitely inspired me. So naturally today I'm going to talk about a song which came out 16 years ago. The 8th track off of A Prayer Under Pressure and Violent Anguish, which was brought to us by LA-based alt metalers My Ruin. I need to say this up front, but this song is evil. Though it's evil in the most positive sense. If that sounds contradictory, then I completely get it, but that's possibly because this song is a study in contrasts. I'm not kidding when I say that I consider Hemorrhage to be one of the most passionate and sincere love songs I've ever heard. Though even the song describes itself as at its core, I've always considered Hemorrhage to be a lament for a lost lover. It's true that that lover probably had quite a lucky escape, considering the fact that lead singer Terry B basically wants to eviscerate him. But just because the imagery of love and sex is brutal and disturbed, that doesn't make it any less real. By comparison, Poppy Z. Bright's novel Exquisite Corpse pulls off a similar trick. In that book, love is explored between serial killers, but there's also an incredibly touching chapter in which one of the killers actually mourns the decapitated corpse he's got in his bed. Yes, of course it's fucked up, but somehow there's still a magic captured there, something which is, broadly speaking, deeply passionate and deeply romantic. Another thing that I really feel works about Hemorrhage is the fact that it also has a lot to say about religion. Christian iconography, particularly in terms of Catholicism, has always been important to My Ruin. When I lay my interpretations on Hemorrhage, I tend towards the one which is more literal, which talks more about lovers mourning one another. However, there are references made throughout the song, which lean towards a more spiritual angle. In Hemorrhage, references are made to things like the mercy seat, which is the lid on top of the Ark of the Covenant, which for this song is quite appropriate. Beyond that, the song does seem to invoke the idea of redemptive suffering, which is a Catholic notion that your sins can be alleviated through pain, and that also suffering can lead to transcendental experiences. In this song, Terry B isn't just testifying to the potency of the flesh, she's also equating it to the touch of the divine. Hemorrhage is a mad song which makes me smile. The main reason for this is because it kicks fucking arse. Terry B actually began as a rapper in the early 1990s. She used to work with eazy-e, but she drifted towards metal in the mid-90s. There are other songs on A Prayer Under Pressure which fully showcase her skills as a rapper, but on Hemorrhage she completely cuts loose and she just roars. Besides her vocals, Hemorrhage is driven forward by ferocious instrumentation. Her husband and long-term collaborator Mick Murphy knows what his job is on Hemorrhage, and his job is just a fucking shred. The second best song on Prayer Under Pressure is called Sanctuary, and it genuinely has one of the best solos I've ever heard. But while the guitars are more dynamic on Sanctuary, the guitar on Hemorrhage is just so visceral and it just refuses to quit. So yeah, Hemorrhage. If you thought the wedding scene from Natural Born Killers was romantic, then this could probably work as your first dance. This could be